Here we go. Okay, look, y'all know I'm not tech savvy, but this thing was telling me that it was an error, and Lady Harden was trying to help her sister out.
Baby,
look, real life. That's real life. That's real life. That's kind of stuff that happens. But it kept telling me that it was an error. Try again in a minute. An error. Right. Try again in a minute. I don't know. Okay, so yeah, you're right. This thing is tripping.
That's okay. Yeah, hey, we here.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, we're here.
Hi, everybody.
There you go.
This is True Talk, real life. This is the stuff that goes on when you try to stream live. That's what happens. It seems like the devil can't wait for you to do something live to come and mess something up.
No, they just miss you. That's all. You've been gone for a minute.
Yeah, I've been gone for a minute. I've been gone for a minute. Welcome back. Welcome back. But we are back. Welcome to everyone. I'm thankful that you're here tonight. I'm thankful for my guests. Yes, Lady Harden, Pastor Harden. I call her Lady Harden. Back again for round 2 with us. And so we are so happy to have her, and I'm so happy to have you all that are on. And I would love for you to like and share. And if you haven't followed the page, please go and follow the page as well. And we are going to be talking about getting unstuck. Okay, let me tell y'all something. This one right here, y'all see this one right here? She was mad stuck.
A mess.
She was mad stuck. She was stuck. Now, this is the thing. I see a lot of you out, and you're always saying, you're everywhere. You're doing this, you're doing that. You're so busy. You just, all of these things.
Mm-hmm.
And I was still stuck. Just because you're busy don't mean you're not stuck.
At all.
It doesn't mean that you're not stuck. Okay, what do I mean by stuck? Stuck is, this is for me. For me, stuck was, I was here, there, everywhere, and I still am. Busy, doing everything, but not necessarily some of the things God has showed me to do or asked me to do or gifted me to do. So those dreams, when you're younger and when I get older, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, all those things, right? And then for me, you have kids, you get married, and you get so busy. Mm-hmm. And then for me, you become the first lady, and you're doing everything, for everybody, the husband, the kids, family, friends, and not that you shouldn't, but we can't put the things that God has given us to do to the side.
Right.
Now, with me, I train for certain things, but then I put them. This is what I did with it. Wait, I'm gonna use this. This is right. And this is what I did. I took what I trained for, and I put it on a shelf. No, I didn't even put it on a shelf. Mine. I framed it and hung it on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the extent of that. Good intentions. Oh, I'm going to start this business. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And it is hanging on the wall. How you do that? Hanging on the wall. I can't even do it. Yeah. Anyway, so what is that? That's just a dead dream. Hanging on the wall. Memorialized. That's a dream memorialized. Woo! That's what that is.
Right.
Memorialized. Why do I say that? Because it's not doing anything. It's not functioning. It's not producing. It's not doing anything. And I know 100% I'm not the only one. Right. I know I'm not. And so tonight, but let me tell you, I got unstuck. I got unstuck by Lady Tonya Harden. She helped the sister out. Now, I have seen some of you all, and I have shared with you that I have been going through a mentorship. Mm-hmm. And so I had gone through her Butterfly Academy mentorship for 6 months, y'all. 6 months. That's big. 6 months. And I got to tell you, it was amazing. There was a lot of aha moments. There was a lot of moments. Girl, you already knew that. So why weren't you doing it? So so I had the ups and the downs and all of that. In my experience, everybody's experience is different.
Right.
But in my experience, there was a lot of confirmation of, yep, you knew that. Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you, And my biggest thing, which I shared with them, Lady Tonya, I shared with them. I don't know if you remember the night, but we were talking. Oh gosh, what we were talking? I don't remember what we were talking about exactly. We talked about so much, but we were all sharing. We all had to share in the group, and one of the ladies was giving her testimony about how she had gone through some trials. I'll just say that. And so as I'm listening to her, I've already shared this actually. And as I was listening to her, I was thinking to myself now, and again, not judging, but just coming from a place of I don't understand because that's not my story.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now I don't understand that trap because that was never my trap. But I'm not judging her. But at the same time, while I was thinking it, tell me if you remember this.
Okay.
Because I almost fell out my chair. It was like the Lord spoke to me and said, but you're addicted to fear. Do you remember me saying that?
Yes, I remember. I remember.
Not addicted. That word right there, because the woman was in her issue was addiction at some point of some type. And I was just like, man, you don't even know. You talk about how you be crying. So I just wanted to cry. I really did, because addicted, like you just not fearful. You just not a little bit scared and trying to, no, you are addicted. I mean, I'm stuck in it.
Right.
I'm living in that thing. I'm stuck in it, and there's nothing else. That's just it. That's just it.
Right.
That man, that was mind blowing for me.
Yeah.
Mind blowing.
Yeah. I think a lot of us are in some type of stuck mentality that we don't even realize it until that, like Oprah say, that aha moment of, it's almost like my husband was talking the other day at church and how we can't even judge what we don't understand because of what we're already experiencing internally, those things that we don't discuss, that we don't talk about. And I think that's so important to take a look at the person in the mirror, like find out, like, what are the things what's the thing that's holding you back? Why haven't you tapped into your dreams, your visions, your ideas, the things that God has given you? There is a reason why you have not tapped into that. So I think that's very, very important.
Right.
But I remember that night. I baby, because you was like,
I'm telling you, it was like a gut punch for real. Like it was like a slap in the face. Like, girl.
Right.
But wait a minute. Let me put my brakes and back up some. Again, this is Lady Tonya Harden is our spotlight guest on this evening, and I just want to back up some and let her. I don't know what's going on with my lighting here, y'all. I'm sorry, I had to move tonight because everything been acting up today. And let me also apologize. Just before we came on, I had some acid reflux, so if y'all see me bolt, Lady Tonya gonna take over for a little bit.
I got you.
Because the system I had to handle some things, but this is a friend to the show. She's been here before, and certainly we're so thankful that you came back, that you took some time out in your busy schedule to come back and share with us. But I just want you to share a little bit about yourself with everyone.
Okay. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for having me again. I'm always so grateful, especially when someone that I haven't met in person, and I can't wait to meet you in person.
I know, right?
I have not met in person, but just fell in love with. I appreciate this opportunity. So thank you so much for having me. For those that don't know me, yes, my name is Tonya Harden. I am a wife. I'm a mother. I'm a daughter. I'm a sister. I'm an author. I pastor alongside with my husband, as well as a mentor and business owner. So just in a nutshell, that's who I am. And I just love to see women win. My whole thing is that I want to be able to show women the opportunities that are beyond available to you, and allowing you the opportunity to either take your dream off the shelf or pull that dirt from under the rug that you have not been paying attention to, that you have hidden. I'm not a licensed therapist. No, I am not I don't have all the answers, but I have been a woman that's just like you. I'm you and you are me, baby. I've been at a point, been stuck before, but I learned how to crawl up out of the ditch and learn how to tap into those things that are unseen and be able to no longer go through doors, but go through gates that God has for me. So that's who I am. And I love to see women go through gates and doors with me. Come on, let's go.
I'm going.
That's me.
I done packed my bag. I'm ready.
Yes, you have.
I am going.
Yeah.
Look, again, thank you so much for being on. And man, she said she don't have all the answers. She got a lot of answers, y'all. She got a lot of answers. I mean, nobody knows everything, but she, she'll let you know. If she don't know, she'll tell you she don't know. But she's very helpful. She's been through some things, and we all know that when we go through things, they're not just for us, but they're for the next person. And so our job is to share it and to help, like she said, pull the next person through, pull the next person up. And so I, in my experience, has found that she's been very, very transparent, very open. But not only that, and I'm thankful for this, especially. Maybe because I'm not one of those people myself, I don't like yes people. Okay. No matter what you say, they give you that out, or no matter what they say, or they're just always, giving you what you want to hear. You know what I mean? She is not that one.
No, I'm not. I'm sometimes not like because of that, but no, I'm not. I'm not.
But you know what? But you can't help. I don't feel like you can help if you do that. So especially in the process of trying to help somebody get unstuck, you can't be pacifying us. And she didn't pacify us, y'all. She didn't do that.
I didn't. I don't know.
She didn't do that. And like she said, she takes you there. What is it? What you say? You're gonna take us out into the deep and bring us back to the shore?
Yep. Let me take you out to the deep of the sea. All the opportunities, you're gonna think you're gonna drown, but you're not. We're gonna come back. We're going to come back to the sand, and then I'm going to show you, let's get started right here. But I want to show you the opportunities first, but let's get started. And when I say opportunities, I want everybody that's listening, that's watching, when I say opportunities, it's not something brand new. It's not something fresh. It's not something, oh my God, get rich quick. It's not that. It is the opportunity that's already in you. It was already there. You were already doing it. It was already being birthed out. Because why? Type this in the screen. I'm sorry.
Nope. Go ahead. Go ahead.
In the screen. Your destiny is connected to your daily routine. Everything you do. I got that from TD Jakes. I always want to give people a shout out. TD Jakes, your destiny is connected to your daily routine. What does that mean? That everything that you're doing in your now is not by chance that you're doing it now for the thing that is greater, but it's up to us to make the decision to do the greater. Because it's okay just to be in grace, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when you tap into the greater of grace, oh my God, it's unlimited opportunities that would allow you. Another thing to type in is this, that if your dream don't scare you, that's a problem. It is supposed to scare you. It is supposed to make you think you can't do it. It is supposed to make you think. And here's the thing. Your dream will not be able to do, you won't be able to do it by yourself. You're going to have a team. You're going to have people to help birth out this dream, this thing that God has given you. But your destiny is connected to your daily routine.
Right. And like you said, it's already in you.
It's already there. And
that was part of my thing. Like, I already knew these things, but that fear that I was addicted to was holding me back, So for that person that's watching, that thing that you probably already doing, right? Right. You're probably already doing it in some capacity, or people will say to you, they'll compliment you on it already because they already see it in you. Right. I had a friend of mine. We were just out lunch, and she was kind of a new friend. We were still kind of getting to know each other, but we went to lunch one day, and she said to me, now I think at this point we had only seen each other, I want to say maybe twice, in other arenas. And she said to me, I need you to come decorate my house. Just out of the clear blue sky. What? Why would you say that?
Right.
I feel like, right? I never talked about it. None of that stuff. And she said, no, I need you to come and decorate my house. And I said, well, I don't know why you said that. She said, because I feel like you could do a good job taking her in my house.
Right.
Just out the blue. But people will see things in you that you don't see
in yourself.
Or you don't believe enough in yourself to step out on it.
Yeah.
And that 100% was this girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The 100% all of y'all that was in the class. It was one of those situations where there was something that was rooted that we did not understand, that all you needed was a little push. That's all I was there to do. I was just to help you birth out this baby, call business, birth out this baby, call nonprofit, birth out whatever book. Right. It was just there to be able to help you. It was already in you. And so, and most of the women that was in that class, and I say that to anybody that's listening, it is already in you. You don't have to do what somebody else is doing. You don't have to compare yourself to other people. What you have is enough. And what you got is enough. And what I wanted to do on the journey of those 6 months was to show you guys how I didn't just where God has us, and not that we're at where God is blessing. I'm gonna just say it now. I don't know how else to say it. I thank God for what we are and what we're doing and how we're learning, and we are continuing to learn. But one thing I had to do was take you on the journey of the beginning.
Right.
Because if you get to a place, if you get on the elevator and you go up, you're going to miss all the steps that you should have took the stairs to learn the process,
right,
where you were going. And what happens is we want stuff quick and easy, or we want what someone else have, and what you have is enough. Like that. Right. What you have is enough in you. You don't have to, man, you can build it on your own, build your own tables. You don't have to be connected to somebody else's. Unless the Lord have you there. I'm gonna just say that.
Yeah, but that's so true. You see somebody else's what they're doing, and you just want it. You I'm gonna say that word. You covet. Okay, right? You covet, you jealous, you envious, all these things, but you don't know what it took that person to get there. You don't know the struggle, and I think you and I have had that talk where everybody think it's a prize and a this wonderful thing to be married to the pastor, but you don't know.
Chili.
You don't know all that is entailed in that. You don't just show up church, look cute. No, it's a whole bunch of stuff going on back behind the scenes and in front and to the side and all of that stuff. So we have to take those steps. But this is the thing that I like, which you had touched on just a little earlier, starting at the beginning. And for us, the beginning was finding out what is keeping you stuck. Right. Can you just touch a little bit on that?
Yeah, so we dealt with in the beginning, without giving everything.
Right.
What we dealt with in the beginning is, what is that thing that is allowing you to stay complacent? What is that thing that is allowing you not to move? Because here's the thing, and this is not for everybody. Let me just say that. Let's make that clear. Because everybody is okay with being complacent and they are comfortable. But there are some people out there that has something on the inside of them that they are screaming out loud, that I know that there's more for me, even though I'm a country girl, right? I'm a country girl. And when I say country, baby, we in the country. Okay. I'm in the country, but one thing about it, I was raised in the country, but one thing I always had, I wanted something more. I didn't know what the more was, but I knew that there was going to be more for me. And what happens is that when we're at a place of stuck and complacent, we are allowing ourselves to be in environments that makes us okay with not moving forward. That makes us okay with not making, because my atmosphere, the people I hang with, they're only going, come here, they're only going to the top of the what I told y'all, the jar that has the top on it. And what am I talking about? It's like the butterfly that's in the jar, and the butterfly goes up and down to the top of the jar because the jar is closed. But all of a sudden, somebody took the top off. And when they took the top off, they kept going to the jar. But there had to be one butterfly in there that said, I can come out of this jar and do things that I've never done. Them are the kind of people that God sends me, because you are ready to come out of the jar. You are tired of being complacent. You're tired of sitting in the same rooms, having the same conversation, talking about the same people, doing the same same thing and you are over it, but you know that there's more in you. That's what I mean. That don't sit in the area that's okay. So we deal with why you comfortable being uncomfortable, because really you're uncomfortable in the room. You are the odd out. You're the oddest one. You're the black sheep. You are the one that is different than everybody in this room, but you become complacent.
Right.
Or because of fear, because of doubt, because of watching somebody on social media and thinking that you know I'm about to go there, right? Let me say this. Don't let these Facebook social media streets fool you out here. Social media is for major things. Number one is to create what you call engagement. Number two is to create a way to make fun, have fun and all that great stuff. They do the little clips and the things. Social media is also known for networking if you use it right. Social media is also, that's how we're able to connect with each other, right? Because of social media. So social media is a powerful thing, but the negative part of social media is what some of us use that are stuck. Because I see someone else doing it and I can't do that. Who told you that?
I'm not even kidding. That has been my thing. Like, oh yeah, I can do that, but so does it better.
No, who told you that?
I'm telling you.
And on that first month, that was me.
That was me.
That was right. That was you. No one.
It was me.
What I found out in that first couple of months with you guys, we took whatever you thought, crumbled it up, and burnt it. To change your mindset. Yeah. That baby, what you got is enough. You don't need what everybody else have. What you have is enough.
Right.
Into the work.
Right. And because God gave you the gift.
Yes.
And he didn't give us all the same gift. We may be at different levels in the gift. Right. You know what I mean? Like we can maybe do the same thing, but we have different strengths in those. You know what I mean? Right. But it takes somebody to come along and let you know that, because otherwise you look at the big picture. Oh, so-and-so did that. And oh, that's so fabulous. I could have never done that.
Right.
But I could do this over here. And that person, as fabulous as they was with that part, they couldn't do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like how you think about, say, a preacher. Like, okay, they on fire. They're anointed, this, that, and the other thing. But no preacher is the same.
They're all different.
None of us are the same in anything that we're doing. But it takes, as for some of us, it takes somebody like you to pull that out to help us to recognize that. Like, girl, how come you don't even know that already?
Yeah.
And that was some of the things that I was like, girl, you should have known. You should already know that. So sometimes you kick yourself a little bit. Like, and how many times did I say, my 58-year-old self? What in the world? Okay, 57, almost 58. Why? But see, then that's another thing. And then for me, it was to the age thing. And I think that's really why I took that leap. Because, like, girl, you getting old.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. However, of course, we know I could be 68. I could be 78. And if God put something in me,
you can use it.
Right. And so speak to that for that person that's out there. Oh, no, I'm too old. My time is past.
First of all, I want to say the devil is a lie.
Yes.
Let's get that. The devil is a lie. And here's the thing. As long as you're breathing, as long as you're here, you still have an opportunity to start the process of leaving a legacy that will be life-changing to your entire family. But it is up to you to make the decision. But here's the thing. You're never too old. Come here, Sarah. In the Bible, Sarah was not too old to have a baby. I know you may say, okay, that's Genesis. But come here, Mary, the one that could not have, not Mary, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, when she became pregnant and she was older as she got pregnant. Come here. God can use whoever he want to use, how he want to use it, when he want to use it. I don't care what you've done. I don't care how you've done it. God can use you. If he can use Paul and change his name to Saul. Saul, was it Saul or Paul? Saul, Paul. Anyone, whatever. The one that got knocked off the horse. It was killed people. If he can use him, why he can't use you? Yeah, you're never too old,
right?
To start. You're never too old to start the process. And when here's the thing about older, I call them seasoned saints. When you become a seasoned saint, what happens is that's when you really want to get complacent. Why not go ahead and put in the work now while you're whatever God decides to do? Why not go ahead and put in the work now and start the process? Now your mind is moving. I just believe God give us more years when we start becoming creative, allowing our creative juice and our gifts to come alive, because we got to complete what we started, right? So it's learning to understand that, baby, it ain't about your age. It's about what you can do. David, I think he was a kid when he fought Goliath. It didn't matter. You have what it takes.
Yeah. Yeah. And so the thing is to take that first step. Clearly, because if you don't do that, you're going to still be sitting around 5 years later. Oh, I should have did this. And I could have did this. Oh, back in the day, we don't want to have those regrets. And then we talked about taking the dream to the grave.
Yeah.
We don't want to do that.
I forgot about that. Yeah. You don't want to take your, you don't want to look up. You don't want to look up. The thing that got me and hit me, it was 2015, is that when I sat up there and I said to myself, in the hospital, sick, kidneys, all that. And it's in my book, There's Power in Your Pain. But I remember sitting there thinking to myself, Lord, and the lady said, you're going to have to be on. Come on here. Yes. There's power in your pain. Baby. And I sat in that hospital and I thought to myself, when the lady said, if you don't finish the medicine, you're going to be in a coma. And I said to myself, I refuse. I'm going to live so that I can live. This go round. God, if you gave me another chance, I'm gonna live. And I think until you hit rock bottom, you don't understand the power of living. Come here. We don't understand the power of living. How do you live? It's not just living for your husband, living for your children, living for the church, you live and you do purpose. You do something that's going to shift your mind, because the same class that y'all went through, we were going through it together. We were growing together. Just like y'all were growing, I was growing as the mentor in the class. Why? Because I was being stretched, because we were able to grow together. So what am I telling you? That whatever you do, it's going to grow you. It's going to take you to new heights.
Right. And it's so funny you say that. Okay, two things. And I think I may have mentioned this before too, because even when you said it in a class, I literally had gone to a funeral. And the person that was being, you know how to let people get up and give remarks. And I'm telling you, every person that got up there kept talking about this person's gifts, and he could do this and they could do that. But not one person said that person ever started a business or did anything with those gifts. And I was sitting there at that moment thinking to myself, oh my God, this person had all these gifts and did nothing with them.
Right.
Did nothing with them. And he took them to his grave. He took them to his grave. All the blessings and giftings that God gave him, he took them to the grave. Right? There's a song that you might know it, and I don't know who sings it, but it's good to be alive, but it's best to live.
Yeah, but I don't know the song, but I like that.
There's a difference in being alive,
yes,
and living.
Yes.
People say to me, "Oh, you're never home. You're always doing this. You're always doing that." And you need to take it down, and you need to slow down. And you need to, guess what? I'm alive, but I'm going to live. I'm alive. That couch is going to see enough of me when I can't.
Yeah.
Right? When I can't. So while I can, as long as I have the time, the energy, and the finances.
That part.
This girl.
And look, even if I'm on the couch, I'm going to be sitting up there with a laptop.
Right.
This mind going to be going.
Exactly. But I think we take for granted that part of it. We're alive and we're thankful, but none of us know what tomorrow brings. I mean, you said it yourself, like you were sick and they were, giving you some ominous news, right. But you're here. So right. You have the opportunity. Okay, I got a second chance now. This is what I'm going to do with it.
Yes.
But if we just sit on it and, but the thing is, we all know that we're all not that motivated on our own.
This is true.
And so this is why, and they know those who've been with me for the few months before I took a little break, they know that I have been telling them several things. One, get outside of the four walls of your own church.
Mm-hmm.
Go to your church on Sunday morning.
Right.
But if there's an afternoon service somewhere, go find it.
Right.
Go find it. Why? Because there's so much out there. In fellowship, we say, what is this? What we say? In order to have friends, you got to show yourself friendly. Well, you can't do that in your own four
walls,
right? And if you want support for your things, then you have to go support other people's things. So that's one thing. So I encourage people to go out and meet people and that's one thing. But the other thing I've been encouraging them is to get the help they need, whatever that is. If it's spiritual, if it's physical, if you need the kick in the pants like I need it, and you go get yourself a mentor, and you go do what you got to do. Because we do only have this one life. And so the more time we waste, it's time wasted.
This is true.
And so we have to learn to be good stewards over our time, just like we supposed to be good stewards over everything else.
Right.
And not only that, good stewards over the gifts and the purpose that God has given us.
Yeah.
Right.
And not missing the opportunities that he gives us.
Right. Again, and everything, it depends. Like you say, when you're mentoring, is either for a business, nonprofit, a book or what have you. But those things are not meant to keep to yourself.
No.
Because you don't write a book for yourself.
No.
You're writing it, right? To help somebody else, usually, right? Ministry is to help somebody else, So God don't give us gifts to just sit on them.
No, not at all.
He doesn't. He doesn't. So let me ask this. If there's someone, look, you guys ask questions. Look, who's on here? Robin. Oh, first of all, thank you, Olga. Yeah, my mom is on here. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
My auntie. You guys, I thank you first of all for being here. But if you have questions, you can ask questions. Just type it in the comment section, and it'll show up here, and I can and we can ask the question. So let me ask this: what is the hardest thing that you find? Oh wait, let me back up. You've done the butterfly mentorship before, right? But you've never done the 6 month, right? So
never done a 6 months. No. I couldn't believe. I was like, Lord, are you sure? No, never done a 6 months.
I'm gonna tell you what, he had you do 6 months for me.
I'm telling you, because it was the 6th month that it was like, wait, hold up. Let me, baby, I saw you doing so much work in the classroom. I was like, she got it. That light bulb went off, and you were like, yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
I know I had my little I had a couple setbacks, which in the class, and I don't know if they all know, but I had a couple setbacks. They know I had surgery, but I was messing my own self up, being hard-headed, but it trickled into everything, because then I was just down. I was messed up for a bit, but then I had to catch up. I mean, I had to catch up with homework and stuff, but it was good. It was good for me, and always. And wait, 20-minute video turned into 45 hours for me, because I'm constantly stopping and I'm taking notes, and then let me go back.
Oh wow!
Video. Oh yes, I did.
Oh, you weren't playing.
Oh no, I have all my notes from every single video, and that's how I did it. I don't know how anybody else did it.
Yeah.
But,
oh, wow.
So 20-minute video for me was definitely like 40 minutes.
I love it. So yeah, that was my first time. God told me in the month of July of last year to do it, and I was just like, okay, Jesus on the main line, you want me to do this? And so I did it, and I'm so grateful that we did it, because we were able to learn and grow.
Yeah. And I got to tell you, and this is from my heart, in all honesty, I could see how everybody was flourishing. I mean, I don't want to say names and all that stuff, but I'm telling you, 2 in particular, I just was like, I want to see them soar. I mean, I was just watching how they were just changing, and I was just like, oh my God, like I can see it. So I know you saw it, you know, and I was just like, wow. And I was so proud of them. By the end of the thing, I was like, they're really going to go forward and do some really amazing
things. Yeah.
Amazing things.
I wanted to cry now. I can't even tell you how many times I cried, because when God gives you an idea, and this is for anyone, like if God gives you an idea and you trust him with the process and it unfolds and it does not make sense to you, but you do it, oh my God. And you see the manifestation of it, that's what changed my life. It was to seeing the manifestation of these ladies that joined this class, and they were changing right before me. And it had nothing to do with me. It had everything to do with what was already there.
Well, it did.
Okay.
Because it had to do with your obedience.
That you're right.
Because if you didn't offer it, you know what I mean? If you first of all, you went through the whole thing. And you prepared, and you first of all, right here, going through that even, and then producing this out of what you went through, right? Helped us.
Wow.
Right. And so then even through that, it helped you to create the content for the mentorship.
Yes, it did.
Don't you be telling me.
Come on, Glory. You're right. That's right.
So I mean, you were the vessel that God used. I mean, you know, so you were the vessel, but you touched all of us in the class. And I know even with the books, even beyond.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I think, and you know what, while we're on the subject, if you could just tell us a little bit about some of the books that you have written, because there may be somebody on here. This one is There's Power in Your Pain. This was my gift for finishing my my mentorship.
Yes.
This is my certificate.
I love it. I'm so excited. The books that I've written, that was my very first book. There's Power in Your Pain. And I'm dealing with the little girl in me, on top of what really hit with me when I got sick. You know how you just live a life, and that's why I think the Lord has called me to women that are stuck, you know, that are in a place of stuck and don't even know we stuck. Being a mother, and leaving the corporate world to be a stay-home mom to my babies, because it was cheaper and because it was a decision that we made as a family. And after they grew up, it was like, okay, what do I do now? Right. And what's going to happen next? And so going through the process, I didn't realize that I did not deal with that little bitty girl that was rejected, that was, you know, went through the things that I went through until I became a pastor's wife. Look, Lord, now why you want to bring it up now, Jesus? As a pastor's wife, like, you really want me to deal with all of this stuff right now? And so I had to deal with that, and I had to go through counseling, and I had to deal with that part. So with that part,
wait, I'm sorry, you said you went to counseling, so you went and got help, right?
Yes, ma'am. Oh yes.
Okay.
Because I was sinking. I was a pastor's wife doing major events within our church. I was doing a lot of stuff. I was sinking. I was drowning, and I got a mentor. Nona Jones. She was my mentor. And I needed it. And it was a 3-month program with her that I went through, and it was needed. It was necessary because I was drowning as a mother. I was drowning as a wife, and I was drowning as a pastor's wife. And I knew how to fake it till I made it. I knew how to walk around with a smile, but get in the car and I'm crying. I knew how to make the mistakes as a parent. You know, and I went through all of that. And so because of that, I wrote, man, There's Power in Your Pain. I started looking at all the stuff I've been through from a kid all the way up until I was, you know, into the sickness. Man, I knew, man, I started speaking life. And it was the life that I was speaking when I didn't even know I was speaking it. That got me to where I was. Because I would always speak life. Oh, my husband's going to be an amazing pastor, a minister. Oh, I'm going to get married. This when I was single. Oh, I'm marriage material. I was speaking life and not death. I'm marriage material. This like 19 years old. Wow. I'm marriage material. I'm not the girl that just sleep around. Like I'm married. And now, oh, come here, Glory. My baby speak the same thing. And she's 21 because I started speaking life. Even when I got married, I will have a healthy marriage. My husband will not disrespect me. This is even though I was sinking, I knew how to speak life. So I ended up writing a book. There's power in your pain when you learn to speak life into your situation. Oh, type this, write this down. Come here. Something that I'm learning is that I learned that what's in my mouth will be manifested. And I do that even in my now. I write affirmations. Back in 2018, I told the Lord, 14 days, I wrote affirmations. I call them affirmations. I just spoke the word. That's it. You speaking life. And I wrote, I would never be broke another day in my life. Haven't been broke since. Come here, Glory. I will, I'm walking into my healthy place and wealthy place. Every tongue that rises up against me shall be condemned. Everything works together for my good. Because when you speak life, it manifests right in front of you because you spoke it. So there's power in your pain. That's one of my books. That is not how far you wanted me to go.
No, that's good. that's good.
Power in your pain.
That's good because that's something we have been talking about as well as the vision boards. We've done the vision board. I think we did too. I think. So and that's all part of it, looking at that vision board every day, which I wasn't real good at. And then, reading specific books like we're reading right now. Oh Lord, what is the name of the book? Jesus Always. Beautiful book. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna say it again, y'all. I know y'all sick of me saying it. I promise you that book is like a gift every morning. Every morning is beautiful. It's beautiful. But speaking positivity, another thing we talked about. But, everything, how they say, 21 days, is 21 or 28 days to become a habit.
21 days.
21 days.
Yeah.
It's something that you have to consistently do.
Yes.
In order to really get it down in your spirit and to make it, to normalize it.
Right.
So that was good, but that was just one book. Now you got several more.
Okay, my second book was Marriage Survival Guide. I've been with my honey dip, my husband, since high school. We're high school sweethearts. Been together 29 years. Been married. He's been my boyfriend for 29, but he's been my husband for 24. So he's my high school sweethearts. But baby, what I love, and what you learn in my mentorship class, y'all get more of me than anybody, really. If I could just be honest, almost more. What Women of Destiny get a whole lot of me, but y'all get a lot of me in that mentorship to where I share with you and try to be as authentic as possible. Sometimes he get on my nerves and sometimes he don't. Yeah, I let that be known. And sometimes he like me and sometimes he don't. And I don't like him sometimes. We don't have no picture perfect marriage. 29 years, that's work.
No one does.
29 years, work. He's good to me. I love him. But baby, we done bumped heads. And in the beginning of our marriage, oh my God, baby, we almost tore up Mississippi. And we wrote it in the book. Marriage Survival Guide is a book that he wrote and I wrote. So that's my book. And I talk in Marriage Survival Guide because we want to teach you how to survive your marriage. So it is a guide with principles and steps of the first 11 years of our marriage. It's time for us to do a part 2 because, it's been years later. But the first couple of years, we talk about the power in partnership. We talk about the power in parenting, parenting your children. We talk about truth moment. If you remember the show, The Game, where they had the truth moment, that's where we got that from. So we talk about truth moment. A lot of stuff that we talk about, everything from the bedroom to the bank account. Okay. That's what we talk about in Marriage Survival. Great book. The third book that I wrote, oh Lord, was Church Hurt, But It Helped, which was one of my best sellers. My first book was a good seller, but that Church Hurt, baby.
That's because that's what everybody says. Oh, I got church hurt. I'm not coming to church because I got church hurt.
Yeah, which is true. Some of them, some of the times it's true. I've been there. I was church hurt, but I realized that it helped me. It made me better. It didn't make me bitter. It made me better. And so I kind of talk about in the book of, everything from the pulpit to the parking lot. Okay. I don't cut corners, as she told you earlier. I do not cut corners.
Tell it all.
If you want to learn more about me, read my books. I might not say it out here on the platform, but believe me, it's inside. They say that people hide stuff in books. Oh, baby, there's some hidden stuff in my books. So church hurt, but it helped. It was more for those in the pews, those in, those that are the co-laborers of the ministry. It was more for them, just to kind of get people back to the bride, because it's not about the church. It is about the bride, So that was my goal for that. You Are the Fragrance. You Are the Fragrance was another book. You Are the Fragrance is for my special ladies, pastor wives, and I talk about everything from the pulpit to the parking lot. But it's in a different way. It's almost like a sequel to Church Hurt, but I go deeper, and I deal with the heart of the pastors and the leaders and the pastor's wife, and just kind of give them encouragement, as well as workbook with all of these books that I've told you. Also wrote a book called The Warrior something. I did with my ladies. I can't think of it, but it's called The Warrior something, From Wounded to Warrior. Yeah, Warrior to Wounded, something like that. But I wrote with the ladies in my church. So I have a couple of books that I have written that I love to give principles that will allow you to process so that you can progress in life, love, marriage, ministry, or money. And working on one right now. So super duper excited about that. But those are my books. I'm thinking that's everything. Church Hurt. Yeah, that's all of them.
Okay. So now let everybody know, please, where they can obtain those books from.
I'm hoping my team is on TonyaHarden.com. If they're on, can y'all share that link? TonyaHarden.com. That's TonyaHarden.com. I can't see if they do, but yeah, TonyaHarden.com is where you can go and get that information.
Okay. So you talked a little bit about your honey dip.
Yeah, my honey. That's my I call him he's no longer my baby daddy. He's husband now. I used to call him baby daddy. You know that song.
TonyaHarden.com.
Yeah, TonyaHarden.com. I thought Lindsay was on. Maybe she's not.
Okay, let's see if that goes. Yeah, so you said you guys been married for 29 years. And so
we've been together. He was my boyfriend for 29, but then he's my husband for 24.
For 24. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah.
No.
Okay, so when you were going through the process of doing all these things, because now what she didn't share is like they have all these businesses and they work together a lot. So tell me how that is, and even with moving forward and like getting unstuck, because you had to get unstuck first. So in getting your own self unstuck, how was that with the husband, with the marriage?
So first it had to start with me, because how can you help somebody and you already you need help yourself? I'll tell anybody that, because you have so many marriages and relationships out here trying to, you need to get some help, you need to do better. No, do better first. Look at yourself. I had to do better first, because I had to take care of me. I had to find out who I was, because again, I've been with him 29 years. I didn't know who I was. I just knew I was Clyde's wife, Kiana, Alana, and Madison's mother. Who was I outside of that? I didn't know. So I had to identify. Come here, snatch your identity back.
I know that, child.
I had to identify who I was. I want to talk to every person that's out there that's listening. When it comes to that, if you don't know who you are and you can't live life outside of your children and your husband, that's a problem. Yeah, when you can't find time. Me and my husband are best friends. I love him. That is how people are like, it's no joke. Like, that's my boy, period. But I can do life outside of just me and him all together, because I found who I was. I became comfortable. Do I want to? No. But I found out who I was, which made me gain confidence in the next steps that I took without his permission. Come here.
So you saying you didn't need his permission to find out who you were to get yourself unstuck?
Now come here, every wife. Now listen, Linda, listen. What I'm saying is that if your husband puts you in a box, every husband probably gonna get mad at me, but I do not care. If your husband puts you in the box and they're not willing for you to grow, that's a problem. Because you're only limited to what they think you are. That's just like a friend. I'm only limited to who you think I am. No, I'm more than that. I'm more than just being your wife. I'm more than just being the children's mother. But if that husband is willing to grow with you, baby, he gonna grow with you. And he's gonna allot you time to go and identify who you are. So when I went to my husband and I told him, I said, I can no longer do this just for you. I gotta find out who I am. Who is Tonya? Forget the pastor Tonya, the pastor's wife, the mother. I need to know who is Tonya. You need to know who are you outside of everything, all of that, all the hats that we wear. And guess what happened when I did a thing called Women in Hats, different hats. It was a mother-daughter thing that I did. And I sat in that room. Girl, I'm not about to cry.
Go cry. It's okay.
I sat in that room and I looked around and there was a lot of people there in the room, and it was an amazing event. But I'm sitting there thinking to myself, what hat do I wear?
A lot.
A bunch. But who's thinking about Tonya? So you got to pause and ask yourself as a woman, who's thinking about me? So if I don't take care of me, who's going to take care of me?
Right.
Again, my husband's good to me. My grandfather say he's a good one. He's a good one. The Lord blessed me with a good. But what I found out, Lady Mcghee, was that in that time, I needed to know who I was. So I had to snatch my identity back by getting counseling, snatch my identity back by getting mentored outside of the church, as you said, out of the four walls, finding someone. And I researched and looked up. And that was before Nona Jones became all big, baby, because she big now. You understand me? This was when I didn't grew with her. You understand me? So I went and I found her and I invested so that I can grow and snatch my identity back. Best thing I ever done. So to answer your question, it was when I got my identity. I found out who I was. And when I found out who I was, I found out I had purpose. I found out that I had destiny. I found out that I had some great ideas. I found out that I was valuable. Come here. I found out that I could bring something to the table. I can make sure that when we sit at the table as husband and wife, I got something that I can bring to the table that would enhance this family, that would take this family to the next level, that would allow this family to build legacies, because God has given me something that will be able to shift just not my mindset, but everybody around me, that will be able to not just bring purpose, but also bring profit to the table. That's what I learned. So when I snatched my identity back and I was able to sit at the table and have conversations with CEOs and everybody else, even though I'm sitting at the table and I'm not saying nothing, but I'm learning, I got a seat at the table though.
At the table.
Come here. When I was just a mother and a wife, I didn't get seats at the table because I didn't know the table. I was just used to doing what I was doing. But when I started learning and started reading, because leaders are readers and readers are leaders, I started reading, I started learning, I started getting in rooms and getting into other atmospheres that was saying stuff that didn't make no sense to me, that was talking about grant opportunities, that was talking about government contract, and me and my husband did it together. So because he saw, check this out. Oh, here we go. Can I tell every woman?
Tell it.
Because you are the paraclete and you are the woman that birthed out things within the household, baby, you may be the first one that's going to birth out something that's going to allow that family to go to that. It was because of me that come here. It's because I started doing live on YouTube. My husband didn't agree with that now. I'm going to tell you that now. He didn't agree with that. I said, but God told me this is what I'm supposed to do. Then I started doing other stuff. I started writing books. I did a video the other day and he said at the church, like, she was just doing her little stuff. Her little penny stuff, that was peanuts, and I was like, That's how he treated me. But this is what I found out. Lady Mcghee, every person that's listening to me, but it was because I started birthing out things that made my husband say, let me jump on the bandwagon and let's birth out together. And we've been birthing out ever since. So we can sit in rooms together. But here's the thing. Here's the curveball. We still have arguments, but they different.
Mm-hmm.
See, ain't nothing like being with your mate and you got a different argument than having the same argument about stuff that don't make no sense. Now we having arguments about how we gonna do business and what contract we gonna sign.
Mm-hmm.
Or we having arguments about how we gonna make this ministry bigger or make it better or get to another come here because we pastoring together. Mm-hmm. I don't call it arguments, heated fellowship. Right. So we're learning together. So to answer your question, I know I probably went way far. To answer your question, I had to find me first. Mm-hmm. Then I can birth out some things. And then my husband came on the bandwagon. Even when he didn't understand it, he knew this girl got something. This here makes some sense.
Right.
Let me jump on and see what she's doing. Maybe it's going to take you as the woman to get your identity that allow the whole household to get it. And sometimes it take the men. So I don't want to make it seem like it's just women, but it could take the men to do it. And that woman will start moving in her identity because he moved.
Right. But it's the same thing as, you know, you don't only want to go to church. You don't only want getting up Sunday morning, going to church. But as the family sees you change, they change, right? They see your walk change. They see your talk change. They see your action. Everything you're doing is different. Now they want to go, okay, maybe I might try this out.
Yeah.
Right. And like you said, because now they don't want to be left behind. Like, okay, she doing something. She making some moves.
Baby, it was when I got a call from a school. He told me I didn't know. I was like, really? He found out. Wait a minute. And guess what? They called me for the school was because of my book.
Wow. See,
it was a chapter in my book that taught me how to build content from my books, which created Butterfly Academy.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm. Who would have thought? As my papa say, baby, who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought that would have happened? Because of what? But it would took one thing start. That's it.
Right. So it's taking a step, and so I think we come into the close. But so for the person out there who feels stuck, and again, let's go back over what's stuck. What's stuck? You know, you have these thoughts, these ideas, this passion. And you feel like there's something more for you. You feel like there's something you're supposed to be doing, whether you know what that is or not. Because I swore I didn't know that now. I swore I didn't know. But I knew. I just didn't want to fess up to it. But if you are that person who feels that way, you know, and even if you feel like you're whatever age and my time is past, like Lady Tonya said, you still here, you still breathing, your time is not past. Your time is not past. I heard something today where they said, I don't remember who it was, but they said we don't honor the gift that God gave us. You don't honor it, you don't open it, right? And we just leave it on a shelf. Like I left my certificates, all that stuff. Oh, I got about 3-4 certificates are hanging on my wall. I have done nothing with them. But we don't honor the gifts that he gives us. And so if you're that person who's thinking, you know what, maybe it's that time for me to, you know, or I don't know, I'm stuck, or I don't know what my identity is, or I was hurt by the church and now I just don't want to do nothing. I don't even want to go. If you just don't even know a direction to begin, that means you're stuck.
Yeah, that part.
That means you're stuck.
Yes.
You don't really know who you are. That means you're stuck.
Yes.
So this is my suggestion to you. This is my suggestion. And I say this because I've been through it and I was helped. I am no longer stuck.
Can you run it up for her?
I ain't stuck.
She is no longer
I'm not stuck anymore. And
you're gonna make me cry.
Look, and I pray every day that I'm no longer addicted to fear. Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
So my suggestion to you is that you get yourself, you pray first and foremost, is that you pray and that you ask God for direction. Ask him to either send you in the direction of someone that can help you get unstuck. Mm-hmm. And my suggestion is obviously going to be Lady Tonya Harden. And I know you guys may have seen some things on Facebook or whatever, Instagram, other social media platforms where they're talking about mentorships and different things like that and getting coached and all these things. And a lot of them are very expensive. Now, what I will say, and I've seen some too, so I know that some are very expensive. But what I will say is, Lady Harden is very reasonable. Not only is she very reasonable, she was worth it and more. I tell you, and that's the truth. I'm not just saying that because for those that are on that know me, they know me. I don't do that. I wouldn't even have had you on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they know me, and so I believe they know that they can trust that I am saying to them that your program helped me for real. But now she can't do the work for you. No program can do the work for you. You have to be on there. Like she said, I was getting that work. I was getting that work done because you have to put in the work to get. And this isn't anything in life. If you don't put in the work, you're not going to be able to reap the reward and the benefit from it. So you do have to do the work, and you do have to search within yourself and, get it done. Just get it done. So my advice is to go ahead. If you feel like if you're stuck and you want to be unstuck, you want to move forward in your life. You don't want to stay in the same old spot. You don't want to be stagnant. You don't want to be stinky stagnant and, you don't want to be a monument. Monuments don't move. They just stay there. You want to move on, then consider getting a mentor. And if you decide, okay, maybe Lady Tonya is not the one for me, then find somebody.
Please. Yes.
Find someone, because you only have this one life.
Yes.
And you want to make sure that you make the best of it. And so that is from me to you. Yes. Honestly, be true to God and true to yourself. You only got one self. You want to be good to her or him,
right?
Because you want to be able to enjoy your life, live the best life you can. And if you have a family, you also want your family to be able to support you, and whatever you do is going to be a benefit to them as well.
Yeah.
So I would say to you, get unstuck, find your way to be unstuck. Okay. Lady Harden, I'm going to let you have your final words. Okay. So, while you was preaching over there, they was really getting behind you.
Okay.
I didn't see any questions, but they were, they would get, come on now, preach, glory, hallelujah. They was in it. They was in it with you. But I don't see any questions per se. Okay, but I will say this. Thanks for inviting me tonight. This was truly an eye-opener for me. God continue to bless you, ladies, in all that you do. Thank you. That was from Chanel. And so, yeah. So, and everybody doesn't come around at the same time. Sometimes you got to let some of that stuff marinate, right? And then you kind of have to come to yourself like, you know what? That was right. Everything that was said was on point and true, and I need to really look into that. And so I pray that tonight was definitely somebody realized that they need to get unstuck.
Yes.
Get unstuck. And so, Lady Harden, I'm going to let you have your final words.
Okay. First of all, thank you so much for having me, man. I appreciate it. It was fun rocking out with you. I feel like we were in the band program all over again.
Yeah.
But yes, I want to say, first of all, I want to say to that person that says, I'm ready to get unstuck. I'm ready to start. I need this program that she's discussing and that she's talking about. I want you to join my waiting list. So I have what you call a waiting list. And within that waiting list, I will be doing another BAM program very, very soon, but I'm only taking so many women. But if you sign up today and join my waiting list today at TonyaHarden.com, join that waiting list today, you will receive a discount because you are here tonight until midnight. I think it's Eastern Standard Time, so I'm gonna give it Eastern Standard Time until midnight tonight. You will be able to get a discounted rate for this BAM program to join it, and more information to come on when it's gonna start and what's gonna happen. Because right now I'm taking a break because of the 6 months, right? I'm taking a break, but you can get on my waiting list. To those that are on the waiting list already, thank you so much. But you're going to get more information, but I will give those, even those that are on the waiting list, give you a discounted rate, right? So let's say you say, okay, I really don't want to be on a waiting list. I need it now. I want you to join my Butterfly Academy mentorship community. It is free. It is free.com, right? It's on Facebook, but I don't know if they're on because I don't see them posting. I don't see them posting at all.
No.
I don't know if she has the link, but there's a link, and I'll share that link because I don't see. I asked her what she on. She said she was. I don't see it, but it's called the Butterfly Academy, Butterfly BAM Facebook group. It is on my page, and we can share that information with you to get it, to be a part of that program, in that community where I'm going to be sharing books. I'm going to be sharing content. I'm going to be sharing information until the BAM program that will start really, really soon. So if you sign up today and get on the waiting list, again, I'm only taking so many. You got women with different personalities. I can only take so many. Jesus on the main line. So I only want a few, right? And so I want to be able to do that, but feel free to join that Butterfly Academy. I'll be going live next Tuesday with you guys, where I'm going to be talking about some things and kind of introducing myself. And then we're going to be rocking out with some amazing books. I'm praying right now about our first book club that we're going to do. So get ready for that. So it's free.com. Join the Butterfly Academy mentorship program. Facebook group, but you can also go ahead and get on the waiting list. By midnight, you will have 10% off when the BAM program start. You will receive 10% off with a code. You won't get the code now, but you'll get the code right before the class start, because I don't want nobody giving out that code.
Right.
But you'll get the information. But other than that, I thank y'all so much. My goal is to show you how to start a business. My goal is to show you how to get unstuck. My goal is to show you how to start a nonprofit or a ministry, something that you've never done before, but it's already been there waiting and been sitting in you for you to start. My goal is to show you how you can start and what it could look like. And I show you through the things that my experience and what I've been through. So join it. I don't even know how to explain the BAM. You almost just got to join. I really can't explain it besides just join, get on the waiting list. Yeah, let that be it. But until midnight tonight, other than that, that's it. That's all I have.
Okay, so you guys got an exclusive 10% off. 10% off. So it's good that you were on tonight. And I know a lot of people don't come on live. They like to come on for some reason after. Some people busy doing other things or whatever, but they catch it live. They catch the replay later. So I encourage you guys. I'm telling you, I encourage you to go ahead and join. Get in that waiting list. Telling you now, just put your name in there, and so you'll be ready when it starts back up. I don't think that you will regret it. I certainly did not. I was so energized and so pumped up. People that were around me could tell you I was always like, "Oh yeah, my class last night was so good." Oh.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, every video, everything was just so encouraging, so uplifting, so eye-opening, and it's not like the sky and the heavens just open, but it's just the nuggets and the information is just so good, and that you can just apply it. And that's the thing. You got to be able to apply it.
Right.
And again, she can't do it for you. You have to do the work for yourself. You have to do it. And so I encourage you, if you are ready to take that step and get back on a good foot, I encourage you to go ahead on and do it, and get unstuck. So I thank you, Lady Harden. I thank you so much for coming back and visiting with us. And maybe when you finish that book, you'll be back, talk about the book.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. Yeah, I'm excited. Just writing it, I'm like, ooh, I'm ready. I'm excited.
Good. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear all about it. But thank you so much. I thank all the true talkers that came on tonight. If you want to go back and watch the replay again, if you missed something, feel free to do that. Feel free to share it. And again, if you have not followed the page, please go back and do that as well. And so I'm going to let everybody go. Again, I thank you all. Thank you for being here. I thank you for your time. And I thank you for you sharing, Lady Harden. And I know you're busy, so I'm going to let you go because you stay busy. 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 But I thank you. I thank you so much. I thank you for taking me through that mentorship and not dropping me when I got so far behind. Man,
I knew you were doing the work, and so I can't wait to see what happened next with Lady Mcghee. I know it's gonna be big.
I can't wait either.
It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait, and I know you're gonna be calling saying, "Hey, girl, I did." That's when I get excited.
I was hoping to have some good news to share tonight, but I didn't get the phone call that I was waiting for today. Hopefully tomorrow or at some point this week. But anyway,
so you out there hunting right now, then?
Well, you know, I'm trying to do a few things anyway.
I love it.
Trying, but once I get the information, I'm praying it'll come to fruition. But if not, you know, it is what it is. I put it out there.
I love it.
You know what I mean? I put it out there. Yeah. So again, I love everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful night, Lady Harden. Thank you so much. All the way from Texas. Yeah. All the way from Texas. Please tell Bishop I said hello. And thank you again for being on. Everybody, again, be true to God, true to yourself. And I'll see you next time. Good night.
Good night.